your phone down. If you're not learning something from Instagram, something that will help you, something that will add value to your life, it's not worth it. It's taking something away from your life, which is your time. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another edition of Hustle and Shot. Hope you enjoy the show. All right, Ekema Mukako. I'm a car salesman, founder and CEO of Lion Automobile. Basically, Lion Automobile provides car rental services, and we sell cars too. Probably the best cars in the industry. Now, this will go, way back from growing up. I grew up with a single mom, so after the demise of my dad, seeing how it was a little bit complicated for her to raise her little family of 4, she had to go out of her way, get involved in petty businesses to make ends meet. So at the very tender age, I was hit by a epiphany that a 9-to-5 job wouldn't cut it. So thinking of how to accumulate generational wealth, the only thing that came to my mind was either you have to invent, be an inventor, or you have to be an entrepreneur. So that's when I decided that I was going to be an entrepreneur. And fast forward a few years, my other sister ran a cake assurance shop. So she was traveling out of the country and I was in charge as the manager. It was a very, very lucrative. Yeah, it was a really lucrative business, but it was involved with petty cash. On a good day, we could actually make up to 300K or more. But it was petty cash. Most of the goods there were range from 700 francs to 15,000 francs. So keeping the books clean was a problem. When I finally had my own capital to start my own business, I had to reconsider all of those little challenges. So I rather prefer to get into a business where I'll deal with a whole lot of stack of cash rather than petty cash. And also coupled with the fact the love that I have for fancy cars, so that got us to Lion Automobile. Basically, that was it. My goal, every entrepreneur, literally, in my own opinion, should be a problem solver. So I realized a couple of problems in the automobile industry, which was, the very first one was, for example, low-income earners have this challenge of, driving a car or, riding in an affordable car. Mostly because most car dealerships will sell cars to them very expensive and then make an outrageous profit and then leave the customers to suffer the consequences. So Lion Automobile, one of our goals is to provide real great cars for low-income earners. And then the second problem is deceit. You wouldn't even imagine the amount of court cases or cases at the police station involving customers and car salesmen. Car salesmen literally have a horrible reputation. You hardly even find a customer walking into a car dealership, for example, to make a purchase without an auto mechanic there to, analyze and then validate the automobile before the purchase, which is really a horrible reputation, I must say. And most of the times, even they'll even buy the car with the auto mechanic, and they wouldn't even enjoy the luxury or the services that they paid for. In 3 months, the car breaks down and they're back at the garage, trying to do a little repair. So Lion Automobile steps in to give you the assurance that when you buy a car, for example, from us, that challenge that when you buy a car from us, you should be able to use the car for over a year before you actually go to a garage for maintenance or something of that sort. Like our slogan will even say, you're a trusted car plug. So that's it. We just want to bring back that trust between car salesmen and the customers. So I had nothing, literally, but I just had a dream, to become an entrepreneur, to create wealth for myself and my family. So I met people who had cars that they wanted to flip, who wanted to sell the cars. So I'll flip the cars for them and then I'll make 100K or 2 for myself. All of that went to my savings. I was barely surviving, and at the time I was still in my family house practically. So most of it went to my savings, and I spoke to a couple of friends of mine who actually, I sold the dream to them and they bought it. They saw the enthusiasm and they saw how willing I was and the effort I was willing to put into the business. So they also invested into the business. So practically that was one of the ways that I actually came up with capital for this business. Secondly is the formal financial institutions, because I sometimes will go to the banks and credit unions for loans. but it wasn't really that great because I didn't have enough asset to back me up. So they could only give me within 3 to 6 million francs as loan. Lastly is informal ways, like little jangi houses. You can't even imagine, because they've come through for me a couple of times. I've actually had a loan of up to 12 million 2 times from the same jangi house. It's really incredible. Sales and marketing. Before sales comes marketing. And I don't think in this day and age, in this modern day, we can talk about marketing without talking about branding. You know, what does your brand actually stand for? Because branding is actually one of my principal marketing campaigns, and you know, I put in a lot of work in branding. So, and I'm pretty sure and I'm positive with the amount of work that I put in branding, that when a customer or a potential client sees my brand or my logo, the only thing that comes to their mind is uniqueness and quality. Some other thing to make mention of when it comes to marketing is social media marketing and e-commerce. We have a great social media marketing team. They are always out there making sure we are out there in front or in the faces of all of our clients or potential clients. But you can actually follow us on Instagram at LionAuto2020 or Facebook at Lion Automobile 2020, just as it's spelled. And lastly is the word of mouth. Generally, that doesn't only apply to Lion Automobile, but it applies to every entrepreneur. Literally, I think it should be the oldest form of marketing, which applies even in this day and age. So there's no secret to it. Just get out there, shake more hands, create more contacts, and that's it, you get rolling. And then once you have the people in your contact list from the social media platforms, you know, the contacts, my WhatsApp, I put them together and then I provide free value. I offer value to them for free. And once you offer value, it's just a normal human psychology. They always want to pay back in some way or the other. So anytime they need a service of that sort, there's no way they are going to someone else. They're definitely coming back to you. And talking about sales, 2020 and 2021 has been a horrible year, not only for Lion Automobile, but for most entrepreneurs worldwide because of the coronavirus. So it was really a difficult moment for us, but we were able to, you know, get back on our feet by the end of 2020. The sales were great. So that's been it. Practically, if you market well, sales definitely follows. Literally, we live in a world of information, in an information age, where whatever you want to do or whatever skill you want to acquire, information is just everywhere. You know, you wake up to information, you sleep to information. It just depends on the kind of information you're looking out for. So basically, you hardly even believe that most of my marketing ideas and skills actually came from the internet, YouTube, Google articles. I read a couple of books, and I wouldn't even talk without mentioning the experience on the field. So books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon, books like The Greatest Salesman in the World by O.G. Mandino. Basically, it's just research. Well, I think I have a couple of challenges that I've faced in my business. So the very first one is timing, yeah. For every leader or every CEO, timing is, time is actually a great asset. So for example, the visual guys maybe don't submit on time for the most part. The marketing team sometimes don't come up with the numbers. So it's really challenging when they can't meet up in time. So with a little more motivation, yeah, we're getting there because it's just normal with humans. And secondly, it's a problem of, capital, yeah, like I just mentioned. So with the dream that I have in my mind, with the goals that I've set for my business, to achieve or to get to the point where I really want to be, to hit that goal, that's the big problem. Even though I get a whole lot of assistance from all the credit union and the jangi houses, but then that doesn't really cut it for me. So we're really open to investors sometimes. And last but not the least, problem of demand and supply. We have more demand than we can supply when it comes to rentals. The amount of customers and the available cars, doesn't really match up. But we're working to getting more cars, to solve the problem. Nowhere else other than on my way to the top of becoming one of the greatest automobile businesses in Cameroon. Okay, to future business owners out there, yeah, you have to put in the work. You don't have to be great to start. You have to start so you can become great. There's no secret in it. There's a whole lot of experiences or a whole lot of experience out there in the journey, you know, you have to make it fun. You have to love what you're doing. You have to believe in yourself. You know, once you believe in yourself and you love what you're doing, trust me, there's no setback. You know, there could only be 1 or 2 obstacles. It's very normal in business, but you're not supposed to give up. You know, you have to keep fighting. And put your phone down. If you're not learning something from Instagram, something that will help you, something that will add value to your life, it's not worth it. It's taking something away from your life, which is your time, and it's so valuable. So every minute of your time, you know, try to dedicate it to something or to a cause that will help you to obtaining the bigger picture of what you set yourself to do. And skills, yeah, information. Go to the internet, read books, you know, whatever you may do that will help you to acquire those skills. Follow the people that have been doing it. You know, you will learn from the mistakes, and then you become a better version, you know, of whatever they are doing or whatever you're set to do. And then loans, yeah, don't be scared to take loans. So if you take a loan and then you do an investment, yeah, of course that's a good debt, but that's not an assurance that it's going to work. But then nobody said entrepreneurship was going to be easy. It's not a bed of roses, you know. So just do you, keep doing you, have fun.
Thank you, Mr. Mukako Ekema.
I don't know much of that detail, but I think the person who founded Mercedes Benz is Carl Benz. I don't know. I know about Carl Benz as the founder of Mercedes Benz.
Okay. Yeah, one right.
Yep. Of course, the engine. It's to cool the engine down. That's cooling the engine. In simple words. I think it's time to start taking those shots. It's time to start taking the shots. Yeah, that was the first. The third line.
Yes.
Okay. Holy shrine wherein armies they now repose. I'm a patriot. I'm a patriot.
Wow, that's tears and blood. Like solid wood. Solid water. If you drink.
I could swear I got it right. The sixth book. The sixth book of the New Testament. All right, I think I will shock you now. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Galatians, Ephesians, Galatians. It should be Galatians.
No, your time has expired. So you have to count it. Mark, Luke.
Yeah, Galatians. So I need to take a shot for time.
Yes.
But at least I got it right. Is it not Galatians?
It's not Galatians.
What is it? Corinthians. Damn. All right, thank you very, very much, the host of Hustle and Shots, for having me to your show. And you know, it was really a great time. So I hope I'm going to be invited some other time. You know, it was really fun. And don't forget to follow me on social media, all of my social media handles. It's Kako Lion on Instagram. And then for my business, Lion Automobile, like I said before, Facebook, Lion Automobile 2020, and Instagram, Lion Auto 2020. So that's it. And my phone number, which is the same number, is the first number for the company, and it's my personal number as well. So you can reach out to me anytime for anything. So you can call me directly or WhatsApp. I'm always available. Have a nice time, and thanks for watching the show.